Without using a calculator, evaluate this one. You have been asked not to use a calculator, and you are wondering how will they know that you have used a calculator. If you press this calculator directly here, you will get the top. The numerator will be negative 14, and the denominator will be 7, and the answer will be negative 2, which is okay, but you will get 0. So there, they will know that you have used a calculator. So how will they know that you have not used a calculator? We must have the num. Once you have the numerator, you need to show them that you have started with the brackets. So the bracket, we have 5 and 3. So 5 plus 3 is 8. So we will have negative 2 times 8. The 8 we have obtained here, and then minus 9 divided by 3 plus 5. So the next thing, and you must use body mass. So from here, what follows in the body mass is a division. So the division is here. So it will be negative 2 times 8. Negative 9 divided by 3 is negative 3 plus 5. Next is multiplication. Multiplication is here, which is negative 16 minus 3 plus 5. Very good. The next one is addition. So we will add even this one, that is negative 16 plus 2. Right? This one, negative 3 plus 5, the answer is positive 2. And then finally, the answer here is going to be negative 14 in the numerator. Now, for up to here, you will score your marks. Then now the denominator, you do the same. We are going to start with multiplication in the body mass. We don't have off, don't have division, we have multiplication. So that is negative 3 times negative 5, which is going to give us 15. And then 15 plus this times this is going to be negative 8, right? So 15 minus 8, because a negative times a positive is negative. And this one gives us 7. You get your mark. And then now you combine negative 14 divided by 7. And the answer is negative 2. That is how you score your 3 marks. Otherwise, you get nothing. Simplify this. This one is, so this one, the numerator is simply P plus R P plus Q. P plus Q. So if you multiply this and this, it will give you this one. And the denominator, we will see, look at this one, P cube. We have P, we can group them into 2. We can group this one into 2, so that now we have P cube minus P cube square. We can group them like this, P square Q minus Q like this. And then here, what is common here? You can see that P is common. So P into P square minus Q square plus what is common here? Q is common. So Q into P square minus Q square. Q times Q square is Q3. So we are in the denominator. We can now group them. You see this one and this one, they are the same. So it is P plus Q, P plus Q, and then you pick one of these, which is P square minus Q square. But you know that P square minus Q square is a difference of 2 what? 2 square, which is simply the same as P minus Q, P plus Q. So this, if you multiply this one, you get this one. This is a difference of 2 squares. That's a difference of 2 squares. So now we have the denominator. Our final denominator is, remember we had this one times this, so we are going to have, so the numerator is P plus Q, P plus Q divided by this P plus Q, and then times this, but this one is the same as this, which is P plus Q, P minus Q. So P, this and this and this will resolve, and then we will have 1 over P minus Q as the final answer. The external length, width and height of an open rectangular container is 41 centimeter, that respectively. The thickness of the material making the container is 5 millimeters. If the container has 8 liters of water, calculate the internal height above the water level. So we have been told from here up to here is 41 centimeters, which is the same as 410 millimeters. I want to make the uniform for this one. So from here up to here, the height is 21, so that is 200 and the height, the width is this one, which is 21.0 centimeters, and the height is 15, so that one is times 5, that's 155 mil, it will be 155 millimeters. So if the space from here up to here is 5 millimeters, from here up to here is 5 millimeters. So tunataka the measurement for the container itself, because this space here is just a metal that is making this. So the container is this one. This is the hole which is going to hold the water. So this is 410. So here is 5 and there's another 5 here. So that is, so this one is going to be 400 millimeters. So kutoka hapa ni 400 millimeters. Nimetoa 10 kwa sababu kutoka hapa ni 5 na kutoka hapa ni 5. Hapo umeona vizuri. Width kutoka hapa mpaka hiyo ni kutoka hapa hivi. Hivi. So kwenda huku the same. Kama kutoka hapa mpaka hapa ni 210, hapa ndani itaenda kwa 200. Unaona hivyo? So the width ya ndani ni 900. The height ya ndani inaenda kwa 150. It is 155 minus 5, which is going to be 150. So from here up to here, the container inside will contain 150, kwa sababu container height ni moja tu utatoa, au utatoa both hadi kwenda huko, height ni moja. So the height is going to be 150 millimeters. I hope you are following. So the volume, so total volume of the container will be 400 times 200 times height, which is 150. But this one is in millimeters, so we can convert this one to be 40 times 200 times 15, and it is going to give us volume in centimeters cube. So the volume of this will contain 40 times 200, it was 200, that is 20 now, 20 centimeters, times 15. This one will give us 12,000 centimeters cube. So maji yote yenye iko hapo kwa inajaa kwa hii container ni 12,000 centimeters cube. Lakini tumeambiwa already iko na maji 8 liters. 8 liters, that is, so water in the container is equal to 8,000 centimeters cube, because we know 1,000 centimeters cube is equal to 1 liter, so we have converted 8 liters to centimeters cube. The next thing now we want to know what amount of water that is remaining to be full. Kama inajaa na 12,000, already iko na 8,000, so remaining to be full equal to 12,000 minus 8,000. So hiyo itatupea 4,000 centimeters cube. Sawa? So tunaulizwa calculate the internal height above the water hiyo yenye imebaki sasa, maji yenye imebaki ijae ni hii, hiyo ndio tunataka. So height we repeat the volume divided by the length and the width, which is 40 times 20, and this one will give us 5 centimeters. That is the height. The figure below shows a net of a solid. Below is part of the sketch of the solid whose net is shown above. Complete the sketch of the solid showing the hidden edges with broken lines. So we want now to draw this sketch, this one. Because I want the length to be exact, so what I will do, I want to measure, because I know there is another broken line here like this, so you can use your pair of compass like this, measure this distance and measure the same distance here, you mark it there. There will repeat this line from here up to here, from here up to here, so you can make that so that now you have the exact figure. So you can stand here and then mark there. So you know now there is that line that is going to be like this. But before that, let us draw this one. There is another one here. There is this one here. We know this one is from here up to here. So we are going to have another one from here up to somewhere there. But the length from here up to here is going to be the same here, right? So now you will join this one with that, join this one like that, and then join this one should be dotted because it is inside there. So join this one, dotted from here up to here, dotted. From here up to here should be dotted. Right? And then this and this should be dotted. Very good. And your figure is now there. You are done. Given OA as this, OB as that, find the magnitude of AB to 1 decimal place. So before you get the magnitude, you must get AB first. This is a position vector. A position vector must begin from origin. So we have like this. This is O and this is AB. But A is 2, OA is 2, 3. B is 3, -2. So now we want AB. We know AB is equal to AB is equal to AB is equal to AO, or AO plus OB. But now this arrow goes like this, so we are coming back there. Against this arrow, it is going to be negative, so we are going to have -2, -3 plus 3, -2. And this one finally will give us, this will be 1, and -3, -2, that's -5. So AB is 1, -5. That is now AB. But we want now to get AB modulus, that is the magnitude. The magnitude is given by the square root of x squared plus y squared, right? Our x value is 1, our y value is -5. So we are going to have 1 square plus -5 square, which is equal to square root of 26. And this one is going to give us 5.1 to 1 decimal place. A bus traveling at an average speed of this left the station at 8 a.m. A car later left the same station at 9 a.m. and caught up with the bus at 10:45 a.m. Find the average speed of the car. So you need to sketch. So this is the distance. We don't have the distance, but the car and the bus, they are going in the same direction, but the bus began at the journey at 8:15. The car later began at 9 a.m. So they are going, the car caught up. The car later left at the station and caught up with the bus. So it caught up here, 10:45. This is where it caught up. So first, we can get the distance by the bus because we have the speed, we have the time, everything we have. So distance moved by the, so the time taken with the bus to be caught up is 10:45. You subtract the time it started, 8:15. This one will give us 32. So 2 hours, 30 minutes. But we can get the distance now. Distance is equal time times speed moved by the bus when it was caught up. So time is 2, that is 2.5 times the speed, which is 63. So that is 5/2 times 63. And this one gives us 157.5 kilometers. So here, where it was caught up, it is 155 kilometers. But you realize that the same distance it was caught, that is the same distance the car has moved. Now the distance of the car is equal to 157.5 kwa sababu ilikuwa inakimbia. Kwa hivyo wakati ilikimbia mpaka ikaifikia, kama ilifikia hii basi ilikuwa imefika hapa na imekava hii distance, si basi hapo ndio ilipatia. Kwa hivyo ilikuwa imekava the same distance. Lakini hii ilianza ilipata saa 4:45, yenyewe ilianza saa 3 kamili. So tunaweza jua the time ilichukua caught up nayo. So itakuwa 45, itakuwa 1. So it took 1 hour 45 minutes to caught up with the so we can get the speed there then. So we know speed is equal distance over time. The distance is 157.5 of the car, that's the speed of the car. Divided by the time it took, that is 1 hour, that is 4 over, this is 45 over 60, it's going to be 4 over what? 3/4. 3/4, yes. So this is 157.5 divided by 7/4. This time is 7/4, yes. So that this one is going to be 157.5 times 4/7, and this one is going to give us 90 kilometers per hour. 90 kilometers per hour. That is the speed of the car. Given that x is an acute angle and the cos x is this, find without using mathematical table or a calculator than this. So for you not to use a mathematical calculator, you must draw the what you. So this is a right angle triangle. This is x. If this is x, this one is 90 minus x, because this is 90. 90, this and this should be 90, right? To make 180. If this is 90 and this is x, this one is x minus 90. So cos, we use soka toa. So we are talking about the cos x. So cos x is equal to adjacent over hypotenuse. So if we have x here, because x, adjacent of x is here. So which is adjacent here, juu, which is 2 over 5. And then, no, which is 2 root 5, because you need 2 root 5 divided by this was about divided by 5. And then the down one is 5. Is root 5. The hypotenuse is 5. Hypotenuse is this one, that is 5. Hypotenuse 5. Right? So what now we want is the tan this. So tan 90 minus x will be, tan here 90, tan will be opposite of adjacent. But we don't have adjacent yet here. So we need to get that. So how do we get that? This is hypotenuse, which is 5 square minus this square minus 2 root 5 square will give us this one. So let me call this ABC. Will give me AB square. But this is 25 minus, the square of this is 4. The square of this is going to be 5. So that is 25 minus 20 will be AB square. So 5 equal to AB square. So to get AB equal to the square root of 5, right? So from here up to here is root 5. Root 5. So by doing this, you have shown that you did not use a calculator. Now we want tan 90 minus x, which is opposite. The opposite of from here, when you are standing here, the opposite, this is the opposite, which is 2 root 5 divided by 5, and then divided by, this one in the opposite is 2, opposite from here is 2 root 5. Then we are dividing by the adjacent. Adjacent is root 5. So this one is equal to 2 root 5 divided by root 5. So root 5 and root 5 will cancel out, and the answer is going to be 2. So 27 raised to power 2 over 3 is the same as 27. 2 over 3 is the same as the cube root of 27. The cube root of 27 raised to power 2. That's what it means. And the cube root of 27 to power 2, the cube root is going to be 3. 3 square, which is equal to 9. The first one. The second one, this one is the same as 81 over 16 raised to power negative 1 over 4 is actually the same as the reciprocal 1 over 81 over 16 raised to power positive. Wakati umeweka 1 over everything, if you put 1 up there, the power becomes positive, which is 1 over 4 now. Na kwa sababu iko chini sasa, the reciprocal 1 over a number is a reciprocal of a number. So you know that 1 over a number is the reciprocal of a number. So it means 1 over this simply means, so 1 over 81 over 16 raised to power 4 simply means the reciprocal of this. The reciprocal ni kugeuza hii kuje, so itakuwa 16 over 81 raised to power 1 over 4. Power 1 over 4 means, this means the 4th root of 16 over 81. That's what it means. So the 4th root of 16 is 2. The 4th root of 81 is 3. Right? So we will have 2 over 3. And sasa finally tulikuwa na 9. The first one ilikuwa 9. So now we are going to have 9 times 2 over 3. And this one here, this here what? 3. And inakuwa nini? 6. So let me show you something here small. 25 raised to power a half. 25 raised to power a half simply means the square root of 25. That's what it means. So if I give you 25 3 over 2. 25 raised to power 3 over 2. This one is simply the square, this is 2, square root zinakuanga tu lakini haiwekwi. 25 and then raised to power what? Power 3. Umenipata? Yeah. So if I give you 25 raised to power 2 over 5, what it simply means is the 50th root of 25 upper 5 upper 25 and then everything squared. Sawa sawa. When you have a number like 2 over 3 raised to power negative 2 is simply the same as 1 over 2 over 3 raised to power 2 positive. So this one is actually the same as 3 over 2 raised to power 2, the reciprocal now. Kwa hivyo ukiona namba kama iko negative, the only thing unafanya weta hii ikuje juu, ikuje hii na ikue positive. Utakuwa umemaliza hiyo. A minor arc of a circle subtend an angle of 105 at the center of the circle. If the radius of the circle is 8.4, find the length of the major arc. The radius is 8.4 and this angle here is 105. This one is the minor sector. So from A here to B here, if I can label that and label here C, from here up to here is the minor arc length. Is the minor arc length. So the major length, the major arc length is this one. This one is the major sector. So the major arc length is this one up to here. And the angle here up to here is 360 minus 105, which is 255. So the question is asking to find the length of the major arc. Kwa hivyo unahitajika kujua kwamba hii ni minor. The minor arc ni kutoka mpaka hii length mpaka hapa. The major arc ni hii kubwa yenye iko na angle kubwa. So then you need to know the formula. Arc length is equal to theta over 360 2 pi r, or theta over 360 pi d. Either can take you have the diameter, you can do this one, but now we have the radius, we can use this one. So our arc length, the angle subtended, theta is the angle subtended at the center. So the angle subtended by the major arc is 255. So it is 255 divided by 360 times 2 times 22 pi is 22 over 7 times our radius, which is 8.4. That's one will give us 37.4 centimeters. The arc length is in centimeters because it is a length. The gradient of a tangent to a curve is this one. Calculate the values of A and B. Calculate the values of A and B. So the gradient of this is the gradient. But remember, the gradient of a circle is given by, so the gradient of the tangent of the curve, this is the equation of the curve. So the equation of the curve is y is equal to ax cubed plus bx. So the gradient function is given by dy over dx. This is what we call the gradient function. And the dy over dx is the differentiation of this. You differentiate this one and you get, so for this one, dy is going to be 3a, hii inakuja hapa inakuwa 3, then x inabaki ikiwa square minus 1, plus b iko 1, b times 1 times b is going to be. So the gradient function is this one. That is the gradient function. 3a x square plus b. Lakini tumeambiwa The gradient function at a point this when x is 1, y 1 is negative 5, right? So it means that 3a x squared plus b, the answer is 5. Negative 5. But at this point, x is equal to 1, right? So where you see x here, you substitute with 1. So we will have 3a 1 badala ya x raised to power 2 plus b minus 5. And this one is going to be 3a plus b, the answer is negative, equal to negative 5. And this one is equation 1. Tumepata equation 1. So to get equation 2, you take the equation of the curve y is equal to a x cubed plus bx. Use this point 1, 1 and substitute where x, you see the value of x, you substitute with x coordinate. Where you see y, you substitute with y coordinate. So we are going to have this equation. Y is 1 is equal to a, x is 1 raised to power 3 plus b 1. So we are going to have 1 equal to a plus b. And this is our equation 2. Now we are going to use our equation 1 and equation 2 to solve for the value of a and b. Now we have the first one as 3a plus b, which is equal to negative 5. And then a plus b, which is equal to 1. You will just eliminate b, subtract b to eliminate b. This one is 0. This one is going to be 2a is equal to negative 5 minus 1. The answer is going to be negative 6. So divide by 2, divide by 2. So a is negative 3. Now you can substitute the value of a here and get the value of b. So here negative 3 plus b, the answer is 1. So b equal to 1 plus 3. So b is equal to 4. And that is the value of a and b. A line with the gradient of negative 3 passes through these points. Find the value of k and hence express the equation of the line in the form of this and that. So we have the gradient of this line. We have 2 points, but we know gradient is equal to change in y over change in x. With that one we know. So we have these 2 points whereby this is x and this is y, x and y. So we start with this change in y, 8, this 8 minus k will be divided by k minus 3. The answer is going to be negative 3, which is the gradient. So now you can put over 1 and then cross multiply. 8 minus k equal to negative 3k minus positive 9. Positive 9. This negative 3, the answer is going to be 9. You like terms together, this one goes there, this one comes here. So we are going to have 2k equal to, this one goes there. We have 9 minus that, so it's equal to 1. Right? You like terms together. So k divided by 2, so k equal to a half. So k is a half. So that means now our points will be 3, 0.5, 0.5, 8. Where this k you substitute. Now take 1 point. You can take 1 point. Let me take this one with the gradient so that we get the equation of the line. So I will take 0.5, 8, and then xy, and the gradient is equal to negative 3. So that now I have the equation. But I know the gradient is equal to change in y over change in x. So now my point is 8, that is 8 or y minus 8 divided by x minus 0.5 or a half, minus a half or 0.5. And the answer is negative 3. What I want is the equation of the line. close multiply, so we will have y minus 8 is equal to, this is negative 3x, and this times this is going to be positive 4.5, 4.5. Yeah, 4.5. 1.5. So 0.5 times is 1.5. So like terms together, so we have y is equal to negative 3x plus 1.5 plus 8. So y equal to negative 3x plus, this is 9.5. 9.5 is the same as 9.5. And 9.5 is the same as 19 over 2. Yes, 9.5, this is 19 over 2. So I want to make this equation without fractions. So I will multiply every term by 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. So we will have 2y equal to negative 6x plus 19. But I was told to write it in the form of ax. So ax, this one will become positive 6x, and then followed by y. Y is here, plus 2y is equal to constant c, which is 19. And that is the equation that is required. So that at least arrived in Kenya with this Hong Kong dollars and they changed it to so if it's coming to Kenya, so you need to change from foreign to Kenya. Foreign to Kenya, for cable, you use the buying column. Kenya to foreign, you use the selling column. Kcse. For cable, Kcse. So for foreign to Kenya, buying. For Kenya to foreign, sell column. You know the most important. Otherwise, the other than you will do. So the total amount you will get is this times this will give us 1022,700. So while in Kenya is spent 43,879. So we subtract from the total, that is this one, minus 43,879. What remains is 618,821. And this one is Kenya shillings. Now he converts these Kenya shillings to Southern Africa rand. But now he's converting Kenya to foreign, so he's going to use the selling. So the selling, that is 12.11. So you say 1 South Africa rand equal to 12.11 Kenya shillings. What will it be? 618,821 Kenya shillings. How many rands will that be? So it is 618,821 divided by 12.11. This one will give us 100 rands. 100 rand. A small cone of height 8 centimeter is cut from a bigger cone. So we have a small cone which has been cut from a bigger cone. This is the bigger cone, the small cone, to form a frustum. Yes. The small cone is height, so the height here is 8 centimeters, leaving the frustum. So the frustum from here up to here, the frustum is 16. If the volume of the small cone is 160, the volume of the small, this one, the volume is 160 centimeters. Find the volume of the frustum. So to get the volume of the frustum, first you need to get the volume of the bigger cone, because volume of the frustum equal volume of the big cone minus small cone, volume minus volume of a small cone. But now we are going to use the linear scale factor. Linear scale factor cube will give us volume scale factor. You need to know the similarities we learned in Form 2. So linear scale factor will give us, how do we get linear scale factor? We have the height of the frustum and the height of the, so the height of the big cone is going to be 8 plus 16, which is equal to 24, right? So 24 divided by 8, it gives us linear scale factor. Linear scale factor, 24 divided by 8 will give us, from here up to here, divided by 8 will give us linear scale factor. But we want volume scale factor, which will give us volume scale factor if we cube. So 24 over 8 cube, which is the volume scale factor, will give us the volume of the bigger cone divided by volume of the big divided by volume of the smaller, which is 160. Right? So volume of the big cone is going to be, now we multiply, square this and this one will give us 13, 8, 24 divided by 512 is equal to x, a volume of the big cone, divided by 160. So cross multiply. So x is going to be 160 times 13, 80, 24. You divide by 512. X is equal to 4320 centimeters. So the volume of the big cone is 4320 centimeters cube. That is the volume. But the volume of the frustum, like I have given the formula here, is the volume of the big cone minus the volume of the small. Now, which is 420 minus 160. So the volume of the frustum is 4160 centimeters cube. The information here, determining the mode. The mode is the number that repeats more than the others. So you can see 22 is 3 times, and there is no another number that is more than 3. So the mode is 22. To get the median, arrange these numbers in ascending order or descending order, and then find the middle one. So this number has been arranged in ascending order. So count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 14. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the middle is 20 and 21. Because there are 2 of them, it is now you find the average plus 21 divided by 2. So this is 41 divided by 2, and it will give us 20.5. So that is the median of that. Given log 4 is this, log 6 is this. Without using a mathematical table or a calculator, evaluate log 0.096. So log 0.096 will be the same as a log into, which is now, remember to get 96, it is 4 times 6. 4 square times 6, which is equal to be 4 square times 6. But because we have 3 decimal places, we will multiply this times 10 raised to power negative 3. So this times this, the answer is going to be this. Why do we need to put this number in the form of 4 and 6? Because we have been given the log of 6, the logarithm of 4. This is the same as log, or we go now to the log. Now the log of this is 0. The log of 4 is 0.6, 0.21, but the square means you multiply times 2. And then multiplication means you add. Start of 6, which is 0.7782, and then multiply by this. That is, you add the power. The power is negative 3.000, like that. So this times this, you multiply, this is 24012 plus 0.7782 minus 0. I thought it is minus, but plus 3 per, plus per 3. So this plus this, or we can put this one, that's 1.2042 plus hii itakuwa per 3 dot hii mantisa ikuja hapa 7782. Now we are adding this one. This one you add 1.2042 plus per 3 7782. This plus this 4. This plus this 12 carry 1 8 9. This is 1 plus negative 3, right? 1 plus negative 3. The answer is going to be negative 2. So the answer is going to be part 2. And that is the answer.
Maisha ni magumu, lakini never give up. Sasa nimeteseka, aso nimeaso, wala leo umenifungulia, wala mimi sitolia. Sasa nimeteseka, aso nimeaso, wala leo umenifungulia, wala mimi sitolia. Sasa nimeteseka.
Solve the equation x plus 3 divided by 24 is equal to 1 over x minus 2. So what you do here, you cross multiply this and that. So now we will have x plus 3 times x minus 2 will be equal to 24 times 1, cross multiplication. So this times this, we will have x square plus minus, this one will be minus 2x. This times this, we will have plus 3x minus 6 equal to 24. So x square minus 2x plus 3x, we will have x square plus x, yes, minus 6 equal to 24. So bring this side where we have x square plus x, negative 24, negative 6, negative 24 will be negative 30 equal to 0. Hii itarudi kuje huku. So ikifika hapo, natafuta namba mbili, ukimultiply, the sum is 1, the product is negative 30. The numbers is 5 and 5 or negative 5. The number is negative 5 and 6. Negative 5 times 6 is 30, right? Negative 5 times 6, the answer is negative 30. That is the product. The sum, negative 5 plus 6, the answer is 1x. Now we have x square plus, x square minus 5x plus 6x. This one will give us 1x minus 30 equal to 0. So group them into 2. The common factor here is x into x minus 5 plus the common factor here is 6 into x minus 5 equal to 0. Ukiangalia hii na hii zinafanana, you pick one and then x plus 6. So x plus 6, this x plus 6, and then pick one of this, which is x minus 5. The answer is equal to 0. So this one, either x plus 6 equal to 0 or x minus 5 equal to 0. So x is equal to -6 or x is equal to 5. So those are the two values of x. The length of a floor of a rectangular hall is 9 meters long, more than its width. The area of the floor is this. Calculate the perimeter of the floor. So this is a rectangular. From here up to here is the width, from here up to here is the length. So if the length is x, then the width is going to be x plus 9, because tumeambiwa the length is 9 more. So if the width is x, the length is going to be x plus 9. But we have been told that the area of this rectangle is 136 meters square. But we know area of a rectangle is equal to length times width, which is equal to x plus 9, which is the width times, which is the length times width times x. And this one will give us 136, which is the area, equal to this times this, x squared plus 9x. So this one is the same as x squared plus 9x minus 36. 136 minus 136 is equal to 0. So we want the values of x here. We can use the quadratic equation where x is equal to plus minus b plus square root of b squared minus 4ac divided by 2a. We can use that to get there. Our b is 9, but it is negative here, -9. So x is equal to -9 plus or minus the square root b squared. This is b squared, which is 81 minus, this one is going to be positive because of this negative here. So it is plus 4 times a is 1 times c, which is -136. So this negative and this negative will be positive. Ndio maana nimeweka positive hapa, kwa sababu hii ni negative na c is negative. So a negative times a negative will be positive. Ndio maana nimeweka positive hapa. 136 divided by 2. So x itakuwa -9 plus or minus 25 over 2. So hii ikienda negative itakuwa -9, -25 itakuwa negative, and length will never be negative, so tuna ignore that. So we will have -9 plus 25 divided by 2. And this one is equal to -9 plus 25. We are going to have 16 over 2. And x equal to 8. Pale tumeambiwa perimeter, but tunajua perimeter equal to 2 into length plus width, which is 2 into, our length now is 17, because 8 plus 9 is 17, plus 8. This one is 25 times 2, and the answer is 50 meters. So the perimeter is 50 meters. A rectangular carpet is placed on the floor of the wall, leaving an area of 64 meters. If the length of the carpet is twice its width, determine the width of the carpet. Kwa hivyo hii wall or ama hii floor imewekwa carpet. Assume hii ni carpet imewekwa hapa. Imeacha area, this area that itaacha hapa, hii area yote hii itakuwa 64 meters square. Sawa? Lakini ukumbuke tunajua area ya hii yote ni 136, because floor is the same floor yenye imewekwa carpet. So hii ni carpet, imeacha space round. Ndivyo. Lakini tumeambiwa kwamba the length of the carpet is twice its width. So if the width is x, the length is going to be 2x because it is twice. Sawa sawa. So we have been given we know the area of this margin here yenye imebaki, na tunajua the area of the room. Now we can get the area of the carpet itself, but tunajua area of the floor ilikuwa 136 meters square, hiyo tunajua. So area of the carpet peke yake itakuwa 136 minus ile space inawacha ambayo ni 64. So area of the carpet peke yake ni 72 meters square. Hiyo ni area of the carpet hii tu. Lakini tunatafuta nini? We are looking for if the length is determine the width of the carpet. So tunatafuta the width of the carpet. Tushaambiwa the carpet ni x, the width is x, the length is twice. But tuko na area of the carpet. So area equal to length times width. And as this is 72 is equal to length, which is x, times width, which is 2x. So 72 equal to 2x square. So we divide by 2 both sides. So 36 is equal to x square. So to find x, we find the square root both sides. So x equal to 6. Inafaa kuwa positive or minus this one, but tunajua length is only positive, ndio maana nimechukua positive 6 centimeters. So x, that is the width, is 6 centimeters. Three business partners, Asha, Nangira, and Jarob, contributed Kenya shillings 6,000, 85,000, and 105,000 respectively. They agreed to put 25% of the profit back into business each year. They also agreed to put aside 40% of the remaining profit to cater for taxes and insurance. The rest of the profit would then be shared among the partners in the ratio of their contribution. At the end of the first year, the business realized a gross profit of this one. So calculate the amount of money Jarob received more than Asha at the end of the first year. So the first thing we do, we first remove the expenses. Out of the total profit, the gross profit made, 25 is put aside for back into business. It is added to the business. 40% is taking care of the taxes. Also, we need to remove all those. So first, we know the gross profit is equal to 100%, which is equal to 22500. That is the gross profit. But now 25 is gone, so we remain with 75. The money that will remain is 75. So tutauliza itakuwa ngapi? So itakuwa 75 times 22500, we divide by 1000, na hiyo itatupea 168 70. Kwa hivyo hii ndio pesa itabaki. Sasa hii yenye imebaki 40% of the remainder. So 40% of this inaenda kufanya kazi nyingine. So 40% yenye itabaki hapa ni 60. Tunaweza piga direct kwamba 60 over 100 times this one. Hiyo ndio pesa itaenda kuwa shared among the three. Ama upige useme 40% over 100 and then you subtract here. Sawa? So I don't know which one is easier for you, but I think let me go slowly by slowly. So let me 40%, let me take 40 of this one of this, which is going to be 67,500. Kwa hivyo hii inaenda kuketa for tax. So what is going to remain from here is, so remaining amount is equal to 168, this one 750, you subtract yenye ilitumika kuenda kwa tax, so itapaki Kenya shilling 101,250. Kwa hivyo this is the money yenye sasa itakuwa shared among Cherop, Nangira and Asha according to the ratio of their contribution. So wa kwanza ni Asha, wa pili ni Nangira, and then wa tatu ni Cherop. So Asha alilipa 60,000, huyu alilipa 85,000, huyu alilipa 105,000. So now let us simplify it to hizi 03, hizi 03, hizi 03. And then we can go with 5. 5 hapa itakuwa 12, 5 hapa itakuwa 17, 5 hapa itakuwa 21. So this is the ratio of their contribution. That is the ratio of their contribution. Kwa hivyo huyu atapata 12 over the total which is 50. Huyu atapata 17 over 50. Huyu atapata 21 over 50. So we can get now the amount of Cherop received more than Asha. So Cherop alipata 21 over 50 times the money we were sharing 101,250. Na hiyo itatupea ya Cherop itakuwa 42,525. Sasa tuone Asha alipata ngapi? Asha alipata 12 over 50. So 12 over 50 times 101,250. Asha alipata 24,300. Kwa hivyo ni pesa ngapi zaidi Cherop alipata kuliko nani? Kuliko Asha. Sasa tuna subtract na hii. So 42,525 subtract 24,300. Na hii inatupea shilling 18,225 more. Nangira further invested Kenya shilling 25,000 into the business at the beginning of the second year, given that the gross profit at the end of the second year increased in the ratio this. Calculate the Nangira's share of the profit. The gross profit will increase by this. So kama hii gross profit will increase, kama hii gross profit ime increase in this ratio, hakuna haja niende kuanza hapa alafu tena nianze kurudi kusubtract hapa. So what I will do, because I will increase the money to be shared using this ratio. Hizi ndio pesa itaenda kuwa shared. Kwa hivyo ndio nita increase hapa, ndio avoid cash mingi. Huyu Nangira ameongeza, so the ratio now, sharing ratio itaenda kuwa tofauti kwa sababu sasa Asha na Nangira Cherop, huyu Nangira ameongeza 25 kwa hii, so yake itakuwa 110. Huyu itabaki kuwa 60,000. Huyu itabaki kuwa 105,000. So the new ratio itakuwa 12 to 22 to 21 when you remove these zeros and then divide by 5. So this is the new ratio, which will be a total of 55. This will be 12 over 55, 22 over 55, 21 over 55. So the money they are going to share has increased 10 to this. So when you increase, you make sure that the denominator is small. So to increase 10, 250 times 10 over 9. 10 over 9, so that now this one equals more. And this one will give us 112,500. So this is the money they are going to share. But the question is, swali ni kwamba calculate Nangira's share. So Nangira, what will be Nangira's share? New share. Itakuwa 22 over 55 times this. And this one will be Kenya shilling 45,000. That will be the new share for Nangira. In the diagram below, the coordinates of points A and B are 1, 6, respectively. Point N is on OB, and that 3ON is equal to 2OB. Line OA is produced such that to L, such that OL equal to line OA is produced such that OL is 3OL OA. Good. So find factor LN. We want factor LN. So before we get LN, we must know the coordinate of N. We must know the coordinate of L. Of course, we have been given that OL from here, OL is equal to 3OA. But we have OA is equal to, this is the same as 3 into OA is 6. So meaning OL is 318. So L here is 3,18. And then we are told that ON, that 3ON will be is equal to 2OB. So meaning ON we divide by 3. So ON is equal to 2 over 3 OB. But OB we have 15/6. So it means that ON is equal to 2 over 3 OB, which is 15/6. And this one is equal to 10/4. This here 5, 10, yeah, 4. That is ON. Now we can find LN. LN is equal to LO plus ON, equal to LO plus ON. But when we are moving from LO, we are moving against this vector. Remember, the arrow is going up. This is the arrow going this way. But I'm coming this way, so it is against this, it is going to be negative. So we are going to have LO, which is going to be -3, -18, because I'm moving against the opposite direction, plus ON, ON is 10/4. So -3 plus 10, the answer is 7. -18 plus 4, the answer is -14. So LN equal to 7 -4, and that is the vector. Given that point M is on LN, so point M, given the point M is on LN, such that L, so that point is somewhere there, M, such that LM to this one is 3 to 4. 3 to 4. Find the coordinate of M. Find the coordinate of M. That's very easy. So to get the coordinates of M, you find vector OM. So OM is equal to OL plus LM plus LM. But we know that LM is equal to this plus this, 3 over 7 ln. L what? Ln. So we are going to have OL is 318, that is OL, plus LM, which is 7 and 3 over 7 into Ln, and we know Ln is 7, negative 14. So this one is going to be 318 plus, this one goes that way, so we'll have 3 and then negative 6. So finally this plus this, three plus 3, we are going to have 6. 18 plus minus, so it is going to be minus, that is 12. So M is equal to 6, 12. Sorry. If line OM is produced to T such that MT is equal 6.1, find the position vector of T. So T is produced on M. So our T is here. Our T is here, such that MT is 6.1. So they are asking us to find the vector of T. So we are going to look for OT. OT is equal to 7 over 6 OM, which is equal to 7 over 6. OM is 612, which is equal to 7. That is 7 over 6 times 6, that is 7, and 7 over 6 times 12, 14. So OT is 712. Show that points L, T, P are collinear. We want to show that LT and TP are collinear. You know very well that points are collinear if they are parallel and if they share a point. So LT equal to LO plus OT, which is equal to negative 3, negative 18, plus 7, 14. This one, and the answer is 4, negative 4. You can also get LB equal to LO plus OB, which is negative 3, negative 18, plus OB, which is 15, 6. And this one gives us 12, negative 12. So what I have done, I have looked for the vector LT and then LB. Fine. So we want to see the relationship. How many times is LT? How many does it go to LB, the longer one? So you can clearly see that LB, this LB, which is 12 negative 12, is equal to 3 into LT, because LB equal to 3 LT. If you multiply this times 3, you will get this one. So now you can express these two factors in terms of the other. It means that they are parallel, and L is the common point. Therefore, they are collinear. The ratio of Juma's and Akinyi's earnings was 5 to 3. Juma's earnings rose from 84 and 100 after an increase, or rose to 8,400 after an increase of 12%. Calculate the percentage increase in Akinyi's earnings given that the sum of their new earnings was Kenya shillings 14,100. So we want to get first the earnings of Juma before an increase. So if it increases by 12%, it means this one is 112. So you say 112% is equal to 8400. 100 before an increase, what is this? What was the earnings? So itakuwa 100 times 84, you divide by 112, and this one will give us 7,500. Kwa hivyo before an increase, the Juma was earning 7,500, right? So now the next thing, both of them, after an increase, the total sum came to this. Now we can get this, the earning of Akinyi after an increase, because it has already increased. So the earnings of Akinyi after increase. So they get a total, both they get a total of 14,100 after increasing. We will take away 84 for Juma after an increase. We will find that the money for Akinyi that increased to 5,700. 5,700. Right? Now we can get earning of Akinyi before an increase. So they were being given in the ratio of 5 to 3. So this one is Juma, this one is Akinyi, right? But we know the ratio before an increase at Juma, it requires 7,500. Huyu hatujui. So tunaweza sema 5 over 8 equal to 7,500. Tutauliza 3 over 8 itakuwa ngapi? Itakuwa 3 over 8 times 7,500 times 8 over 5. So utapata ni 4,500. Kwa hivyo Akinyi before an increase alikuwa analipwa 4,500. Ime increase mpaka imefika hapa. So an increase of 57 minus 45. So there is 1,200 increase. So percentage increase is the profit or whatever has increased over the original. So this one will be 1,200 over the original, which was 4,500, and then times 100. And this one will give us 26, 2 over 3%. Juma and Akinyi contributed all of the new earnings to buy maize at Kenya shillings this per bag. The maize was then sold at Kenya shillings this per bag. The two shared all of the money from the sales of the maize in the ratio of their contribution. Calculate the amount that Akinyi got. So the total amount they have is 14,000. This one 100. So they buy bags of maize. So one bag equal to Kenya shillings 1175. We will ask 14,100. How many bags did they buy? So it is 14,100. We divide by 175. You find that they bought 12 bags of maize. Then they sold each bag selling price. One bag they sold at 176.250. So we will ask 12 bags, what was the cost? So it is 12 times 17, 62.50. And this one will give us shilling 21,150. So this money was shared in the ratio of Akinyi to Juma, which was now 57 to 84. So this one and this one 1928. So this one will get 19 over the total, which is 19 over the total 47. This one will get 28 over 47. So the question is, calculate the amount that Akinyi got. So Akinyi is here. So Akinyi got 19 over 47 times 21,150. And this one is 85.50. 85.50 shillings.
Maisha ni magumu, lakini never give up. Teseka nimeteseka, aso nimeaso, wala leo umenifungulia, wala mimi sitolia. Teseka nimeteseka.